So, this is a really typical shot you'll see around the front of greens in a lot of places around the country. See how grainy this is? Right into the grains, super tight lie, and it's a really short shot. You don't want to putt it because you have all this stuff in front of you. You have a little bit of room here, so we still want to chip this. So I told him, get the 58, get the 60 out of your hand, take away that sharp leading edge with a lack of bounce, get more of a 54, 56 in your hand. Now watch this come over in front of me here. He's going to set up. Notice how he keeps his sternum. We've been working hard on these. Ahead of the ball, so the low point is more ahead of it. Okay, that's going to be good. And he's already in his impact position. It's just a tiny motion from there. Beautiful, dude. Oh, come on. That was exactly what I want to see from you right there. Now, hey, say we have to back it up back here now, but because the ball is no longer going to be back, the club's not going to dig as much. He's going to move that ball a little bit forward in his stance, ahead of his sternum. And really, take away the hinge, take away, you don't need to really, remember, take this away. Just use the chest. Good, that boy. Land something out there, a couple feet on the green, let it run out. Good, there we go. So he's already in his impact position. And you know what?
It works.
That was actually a great example of why we play that shot. He hit that a little heavy, but he used the bounce. And the reason why you heard me say, Fernando, take the hinge out of it. The more angle you have here, well, then you can really get that V shape into the ground, like it's a V shape, right? It's going to stick into the ground. But what we want to do is get a little bit more U shape, take away that hinge that's already going to happen naturally with you, and that way the club comes in, you use the bounce more, the back of the club, that chunk shot that would have been really bad like this, that would have been right there, actually worked out. It's only 3 feet away from the hole. Having the weight forward is what creates that angle of attack down into the ground. Not really anything the player has to try to do to create that angle going back.
Kind of like on a downslope, it'll roll out, especially with the rough.
Now, I will tell you one thing. The greens are firm and fast. This is the time of year, October to January, Southern California, our greens get really good. So this bent grass is just flying right now. It's really firm. You can feel it under your feet. This thing's going to run out, and look, there's a big slope here, so anything that lands from there to there is pretty much going to do the same thing, okay? It's trying to set up in a way that requires the least amount of manipulation through the shot. He's basically presetting his impact position. He's going to rotate and just toss it right there, just like he's just literally tossing it there. That's so nice. Thing came out dead. It's a good shot. It's a good shot. Out of the rough right there. See if we can get inside that, okay?
All right.
Look at the spot you have to land it, okay?
Okay.
We encourage our players a lot of times, too, when they're hitting these shots. When they're taking their practice swings, they need to be looking at the spot at which they want to land it when they're taking their practice swing. Not during the swing itself, but right beforehand. Just getting feel to a spot. That's even better right there. Woo! Learn from the first one, played a little higher. There we go. We'll take those shots from right there. Now let's go. Change up the shot completely here. Front of the green. What do you see, buddy? You got to read it like a putt, okay? Got a couple things happening. A little mound that you're hitting up into, a little slope.
So you kind of have to carry it past this area because if not, it's going to just spin, I guess.
I don't necessarily agree that you have to carry it past that. It's just knowing that if you hit it into that, it's going to kill it a little bit. Not a lot of it, just a little bit, right? It's firm still, but it's a little upslope right here. And then it levels out right here. I don't like the idea of feeling like I have to land the ball 10 feet up on the green right there. I like landing the ball on the green not as close to the edge as possible because you don't want to hit the collar.
Yeah.
But I like getting it only a couple feet. I'm looking within 3 feet of the edge of the green on every shot I possibly can hit around the green. I don't feel the need to do more than I have to get it to the hole. So, the key is to pick a golf club that will allow for the ball to run out. Now this is a 54. I think we could even go a little bit lower to a gap wedge. But look at that. That's going to be pretty good.
You made it.
Not bad, right? But the whole point was, guys, I'm presetting. Kev, come around the front here. I want people to see this. I'm literally presetting my impact position. The hands are right in front of my body center. So if I'm standing up with everything perpendicular, it's like this. And then I just work into it like that. And what I'm doing from this angle here is I'm opening my hips slightly because you're not going to be square at the point of impact. It's such a small motion that we open up a little bit and press forward because we already want to be into the position that we're going to be at impact and we're simply returning back to that spot. So most people get too wide, too middle with the ball position, way too neutral, and then they're just, you know, sitting there scooping it, rather than creating the angles that you need to have in the setup, and then you don't have to do as much during the swing. That's why that shot right there, I can honestly say I've not hit one of those in quite some time, but it's very repeatable and easy because of the fact that I don't have to do anything besides just rotate around my left leg. Feet square, but for the left one I pull back a little bit. I mean, I definitely will get in there. If square's here, I'll pull the left one back a little bit just to induce a little bit of rotation and open up. But watch Fernando do it. He has the feet just a hair open. He has his club still aim where he wants to. The ball can go back. Hands forward. Get it on the ground, let it run. I mean, dude, beautiful right there, huh? Nice job, bud.
Thank you.
So we chose to putt this one. It's just a little bit of fringe. It's not mowed tight, but it's not enough to really mess with it too much. So here's a little recipe that I have for the guys. I take the distance you have the fringe there, I cut it in half, and I just add that onto the back of the hole. And I just tell them to hit it that hard. It typically always works. Half that distance past the hole, hit it there, okay?
All right.
Watch it. It's pretty funny how that works. Yeah, look at this. See, hit it with a little bit of authority, and look at the speed. Nice job, bud.
Thanks.
And I know that the length of the fringe from course to course can vary, so that is not going to be a perfect formula, but it's a formula, and it's better than most, and it does help. You run us through it, buddy.
Super straight. Like these putts, I really don't try to take it outside of the hole.
Yeah, you never want to give away the hole.
Maybe like left center.
Absolutely.
But nothing outside of that, no.
Yep, and we have a nice sharp routine here. Walk them through it. Just right on your line the whole time, right?
Yeah, just trying to view where my line is with my putter right here. That's not much.
Okay, so not a bad miss. We talked about how the wind got on the side of the ball, push it out to the middle of the green. It's got about 30 feet here. So looking for just at this point a good two putt. No
Yeah,
need
if
to
it
try to
drops, it
force the
drops.
issue. Easy, try to make an easy two putt out of this. Just walking the putt gives him a good feel underneath his feet too. He's reading it in two increments, basically, is what I teach my players. He's looking at the first half, he's looking at the second half, and then he's combining the two together. And we're just looking to draw a little circle around the hole here, a little 3-foot circle. Try to get inside that. It's a very good stroke. Yeah, textbook, just inside the circle. Underneath the hole, if anything, good. I like to keep the pin in on the longer ones because our players aren't ramming those. They're going with die and pace, so you're going to make them if they go in. But the pin gives you better depth perception. Sometimes if it's a far, far, far one, I just ask people to tend it still just so I can see a presence standing up by the hole. It's just better for depth perception than it is pulling the pin on long putts. I don't agree with pulling the pin on long putts. I think if you want the pin out and don't like the ball hitting the flag, I get it. Have somebody tend it. Short ones, get the pin out of the hole. Always. Good job, buddy. Good. We're going to document this guy's journey. He's 12 years old. Take you through the junior golf process, hopefully help a lot of parents make better decisions with their junior golfers, not just instruction-wise, but tournaments to play in, how we go about developing this guy. And it's gonna be really cool because it's gonna show the recruiting process eventually when he gets a little older, and just watch him go through his junior career and on to some great university and hopefully all the way to the PGA Tour. So it'll be fun.